And we are back, everyone. We're back. This video is going to be a little different, and it's going to be a little different. So, my name is Daniel,
And I'm Julia.
and let's just go through
let's just go through it.
So, as a reminder, everyone, the last time the intrepid travelers were in Connecticut, and from Connecticut, we made our way to New York. Right. We were staying in Brooklyn, New York. And so we're just going to flip through the pictures, something we couldn't do before. And let's talk about where we are. This is
a Christmas/Santa store in Little Italy.
Little Italy.
And it's a store that's open, so that's why the cannoli there. Yum,
Right.
yum, yum.
Little Italy.
They're open all year round, but it was especially nice because it was Christmas time, and so the decorations were great. So they're proof that we were in Little Italy.
Right, that's across the street.
Yep. And
that's looking down the street. Everything is Italian.
Yes, lots of Italian eateries. Classic. Lots of just fun stuff to do.
Sure.
And then
almost immediately, look, there's Chinatown.
Yes, so Little Italy right up against Chinatown.
You can even see in the signs. They're like, oh, this side is Italian. This side's Chinese.
So, yeah.
Okay, so fair enough.
So that's an
example of it. Same thing.
A fun little example of how New York is.
Sorry, I didn't want to get ahead.
All right.
Yeah, we can flip backwards too. Isn't that cool? Okay, so this is part of Essex Market. So, as anybody who knows New York very well, we just mentioned we were staying in Brooklyn, but that didn't mean we were gonna stay the whole time in Brooklyn. Essex Market, just like Little Italy and Chinatown, those are all in Manhattan. And so basically, when we got on the train from Connecticut, we went down, we ended up in Manhattan, and then because it was late and we were exhausted, just took a taxi.
Taxi to Brooklyn.
Right.
And we stayed at the Brooklyn, so that was fun.
Yeah, very specific. From there, we jumped on the rail again because we learned how to use it, and here we are at Essex Market having some Moroccan food.
Essex Market is a little bit like a Shurikia.
Oh, that was rough, Julia.
Where it has lots of different eating places and food and little shopping things. So this is a Moroccan meal that we got. Delish.
Absolutely.
So good, nice and spicy, as you can imagine.
You can see some of the market down below.
Yeah, little
not very much of it. There's a lot there. There's multiple floors too. All right. So this is two ghosts playing chess.
This was just really cool. Just your typical chess in the park kind of image you get of New York. So that was neat.
White was winning the game. All right.
Radio City, just a little bit of the city, and of course the big excursion was FAO Schwartz. Yes.
So we can just show a few pictures. Barbie.
Of course, Barbie.
All right, we got some candy.
All the candies, yes.
More candy.
Proof.
All right.
Classic clock face.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whatever time that says. Since 1880.
And we just want to make a note. It is very, very small. It is not like how it was in the movie Big, which is what a lot of people remember.
Well, the opposite of Big would be small, yes.
Yes, I mean, it was just a small little shop, but it was still fun, still crowded, and unfortunately, the little floor piano was not as majestic as it was before.
Yes, it was quite small. Like, they know they're famous and what they're famous for. But anyway, that's looking out the window. I'm still in FAO Schwartz looking out to give you a perspective of which part of the square we're in.
Rawr.
It's a pretty lion.
And of course the candies, because FAO Schwartz got bought out and all the different brands. And yes, the candy and
it's literally a nerd.
It's literally a nerd. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And she's holding a stuffed animal. The nerd is holding a stuffed animal.
Yeah, right.
So
yes. Rockefeller Center.
Okay, we'll come back. That wasn't the best tree. That's better.
That's better. That's
Yeah.
better. You can see just how big this tree is.
Better.
Little-
Even better. That's me on a dolphin.
Right. There you go. A little bit more of a...
Because I'm walking up the street. I'm walking towards this giant Zodiac Christian Dior thing.
This thing is beautiful, by the
It
way.
really is, but
It's-
because of where the buildings are, there is no straight shot to get the whole thing unless you're in one of the windows.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
We did the best we could there, and that's just...
the whole tree. Those ants at the ground are people, actually. So
Yeah.
you know the tree is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And, yes.
You know, our pilgrimage to Nintendo.
Our
as
Nintendo
true nerds.
store, of course.
Right, and...
Got my Kirby in the background there. That was...
very good.
My boy growing up.
And this is Zelda or Link?
No, that's Link, obviously. Oh, yes, and
look.
a little tribute to all of our geekdoms.
Oh, yes,
there.
and all the way back, the original Nintendo Entertainment System.
Right left-hand corner, that's Bomb
Ah.
right there.
And you already mentioned it. Who's your man in the
Kirby
in the portable games?
Yeah, my Game Boy, my Kirby.
Before there was a Switch. All right. Oh, yes.
So this is just a fun thing that is in one of the many parks around New
We
York
just grabbed
City,
it.
in Manhattan.
Julia got a plain black coffee, and I got something healthy as well.
These waffles are just absolutely delicious, though. They taste like heaven.
Yep.
So,
No
needed to
calories,
share.
interesting. No
Needed to share
calories for anything that you get at a vendor in New York City. That's true. This is Brooklyn.
Yes,
This is one
back
of our
to
only
Brooklyn,
references to Brooklyn.
and classic pizzas. We even got it from a place
zoom
that
in.
had a 99-cent
We
pizza
did.
slice. However,
The sign was historic, if I remember
the
correctly.
sign is historic. You know, your typical big neon sign. The thing is, though, the pizzas were actually $1.99.
Oh, no, what a ripoff.
Because
They
of
tricked us.
inflation.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
fine.
he was great. He threw in the sodas for free.
Yeah.
So there we go. Yum.
Okay,
Yes.
back to Essex Market. You and Me Books. You want to take this?
Yeah, so You and Me Books is a female person of color. She's Asian. She owns this bookstore, and she basically carries authors who are POCs.
A lot of Asian authors.
Lots of Asian. Majority is Asian, and majority female as well. She
pretty interesting.
Really, really embraces
Very
that.
curated.
Yes, and of course there's author Latinx and Black authors as well, Native Americans, but yes, the majority is Asian authors. We did buy a book called Thread of Angels by Rebecca Roanhorse.
I'm about halfway through it right now.
And
So,
yeah,
no spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. All right, let's see some more pictures.
this was kind of cute. This kind of blind date with a book thing, and with a little description. So
you have no idea. You just go for it.
and we did not. But I thought
We're
it was
cowards,
cute.
But we also had bought a lot of books because Connecticut was right before this, and we bought books there. We bought books all the way back in Portland,
Yeah.
and so our stack was getting pretty heavy.
So we had to be careful.
I mean, so we still bought books,
But it was adorable nonetheless. So there we go.
I mean, keep in mind how... Oh, look at this. Julia's already rolling her eyes at this. But my point was that I'm reading the book from there right now, and that was December, and it's February now. So, we had a lot of books and
We did.
backed up.
This is my bemused face having a coffee. We're sitting in front of Macy's, the big Macy's.
We are!
Look at that.
Macy's, the world's largest store, but can we just admit that it's a mall? Are we allowed to say that?
It's
a mall.
basically a mall.
I mean...
It's a branded, very, very branded mall.
If you ask for something and you don't know what brand, they're going to guess which brand has that thing, because all of the same objects aren't sold together. They're sold by brand.
Yeah.
So, feels like a mall.
But anyway, it was really cool
It's
to
beautiful.
be there. It's
fantastic.
huge.
Look at this on the outside.
And of course, their window displays were gorgeous.
Epic.
Absolutely.
Just epic. Who's that? Oh,
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
this throws me off when I have my hair down.
And of course,
Squirrel.
inside, because
Their displays are ridiculous.
displays were beautiful, and the Christmas decorations, and of course, big building. Got to take a picture of it.
Well,
But
naturally.
I loved this.
You want to stop here for a second?
I just love this decoration. The entire building, from all the way around, just had these gorgeous decorations. And I remember saying to Daniel, I wonder how many people it took to hang that all up. But it was just beautiful, and I just
Absolutely
wanted to share it.
fantastic. So, this is the better picture.
So this is Brooklyn. This is in our hotel room. We got one of the best meals we had on the entire trip. It was an Indian restaurant in Brooklyn. They were new, so they kind of gave us a discount, threw in some dessert for us. But it was nice to get good, spicy food. We hadn't
It was
had
the most heat that we had had since we left
hadn't
Hawaii.
had any spice in a while,
And we
so it
have-
was nice.
yeah.
Still one of the best meals even now.
Absolutely.
Moving on.
Moving on. So, I know where we are for this. This is Jamaica. Queens. So, quickly, for those who don't know their New York geography, there are 5 boroughs. And we've got Manhattan, Staten Island, Bronx, and then we have Brooklyn, which is where we were staying, right? And that's actually geographically on this island called Long Island. So am I saying Brooklyn is part of Long Island? I mean, kind of. Just don't hate me, because from our hotel, we jumped on the Long Island Rail and went away from New York City. We went into Jamaica, Queens, so we get Queens, so we've been to Queens. And we kept going. We were out of New York City, and we were doing all of this because we were trying to get to Adelphi University. So for those of you who don't know, or I haven't brought it up, I'm currently working on my master's degree from Adelphi University, and don't know what just happened.
Well, that was interesting.
Well, this is all interesting here. Working to get my degree from Adelphi University, it's going to be a education degree. So I'm going to be a teacher. Theater I can teach from pre-K all the way to 12th grade, and I'll be able to teach English from 7th all the way to 12th. So dual certifying, really impressive, and this was my one and only day that I would be on campus.
So these are just some shots we were able to get all
walking
around
up to
his
campus.
So now it might look bigger than it actually is because of all the different angles we got, but looks are deceiving. For my Hawaii folks, this campus is no bigger than Leeward Community College, I would say.
That's fair.
About what did you say? A third of the size of your college?
Maybe a fifth.
Yeah,
it's pretty small.
Pretty small, but it's a mighty campus.
But the thing is, if you compare it to Oswego, it has nearly the same population of students. Why? Because they're ridiculously online, like me.
Mm-hmm.
Through my whole degree, this will probably be the only day I was ever there. So just kind of displaying this beautiful and quaint little, oh look, the Performing Arts Center. Oh my gosh.
And their mascot, which is the panther. Yes.
She finally just said stop.
But that panther's pretty majestic.
Yeah, I did get my ID, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
But
some nice art everywhere. And yes,
cabbages.
they grow cabbages.
Yes,
Just
this is a
kind of
decorative
random.
thing we found all over Long Island when we were further out.
And this is just to
Yeah.
show what Christmas decorations looks
We
like.
showed you Connecticut, so this seems
on
fair.
Long Island,
Yeah.
a little more subdued.
And for the record, I looked up some of these houses and thought they were going to be crazy expensive, but when you live in Hawaii, it takes a lot to be crazy expensive. So these houses are actually cheaper than, like, the house Julia grew up in,
And
which
this
is
this
just
is
insane.
this is the house that I would love to live at. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a stone cottage, people.
Yep.
It's a stone cottage. It's beautiful.
All right.
Oh, and it's a holly tree. Hi, Holly. Miss you. Love you.
And
Oh,
look, it's actual snow. It's snowflake.
it's a snowflake that stuck to my arm. I was super
Yeah,
happy, and
it's
I
still
had
there.
to take a picture of it, and then it melted in about 5 seconds later.
So
But
this
they're-
kind of wraps up our adventures, what we took pictures of. And not only that, but it does wrap up our time in the US, because the next video we will be leaving America.
Leaving.
So stay tuned for that in a week. Maybe we'll have it fixed. Maybe if you guys like this kind, we'll keep doing it either way. Let us know.